making sacrifices when you're creating a life you love. Hey ladies, I'm back. Another day, another podcast. You know who I am. I'm Heather Chauvin, and welcome to the Mamas in Control podcast, where it's all about helping you feel in control from the inside out, not the outside in, like we've been traditionally taught as women. So I've committed to a year of daily podcasts, and if you've been following me since January, you know that I wanted to shit my pants when I declared this intention to myself. It was scary. Why? Because I do not want to let you down, and if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. The truth is, when we do things that make us uncomfortable, that is where we grow. When we try to skirt around the details and perfect something, we're avoiding doing the action, taking the action that we need to take to make things happen. So over the evolution of the last 2+ months, doing a daily podcast, what I've learned and discovered about myself is when I speak my truth and I hit publish, even if it's imperfect, people love it anyways, and I'm getting great feedback, and I believe that the conversation is getting louder and people are asking more questions, and that is what it's all about. It's about me being me, trying to figure out who I am, what I want to teach, how I can show up in the world for you so that you're inspired and motivated to take action in your life. So by me hiding and playing small, I'm not serving you. If I hide and play small, I am not serving you. So I've been thinking about, okay, first of all, there's something very weird happening. And this has to probably do with my inner voice and talk. But what I'm starting to notice is this shift. I guarantee you it's like an algorithm, because I'm starting to get rid of what is no longer serving me with the conversation in the world of motherhood, which is, you got to be overwhelmed, drained, there's no such thing as balance, yada, yada. And I'm starting to see a lot more articles saying, I have work-life balance, don't be jealous, or I have work-life balance, this is exactly how I got it, or the beliefs and the stories that I needed to adopt in order to find alignment and freedom in my life as a woman and as a working woman. I'm like, yes, heck yes. People are starting to talk about this, that we don't need to suffer and struggle and feel overwhelmed in order to love our life and to feel in alignment in our parenting and, not chronically fatigued and sick and overwhelmed. So I thought of this idea, this cultural saying of like sacrifice, right? The things I have sacrificed to accomplish what I have today. But are you really sacrificing anything in order to achieve what your soul desires? Now, this is a different conversation if you are in it for the wrong reasons, meaning you want to accomplish a goal, but it's not a goal that's in alignment with what you want in your life. It's not a goal coming from a place of like inner desire. It's a goal coming from ego. Let's just say you want to make $1 million because you want to make $1 million and you think if you make $1 million, then you're going to be successful in life and people are going to respect you. So you hustle, you do everything in your power to make $1 million, and you're at the finish line going, I'm not happy. And I've sacrificed relationships. I've sacrificed my health. I've sacrificed all of these things to get me here. And I'm not happy. Well, no shit, because you're not in alignment. So when you start asking yourself, what is it that I really want in my life? I mean, money, that's easy. But let's talk about the emotional freedom. Let's talk about feeling alive. Let's talk about feeling energized. Let's talk about being able to be in a room with your child who is having an epic tantrum and you're not taking it personally and you're not triggered and it doesn't bring you down a rabbit hole for the rest of your day. If you are doing things and sacrificing, let's say, some quality time with your children because you're building a side business or you're trying to pay down some of your debt so that you can leave your job and create more space in the future with your children, are you truly sacrificing that time in that moment? Are you sacrificing it? Like, seriously, think about that. Is that a sacrifice? Because the bigger picture is, if you don't do that on a like micro level, you're sacrificing your child's future. You're sacrificing your relationship with them their whole entire life. So let's say you work 80 hours a week and your work is burning you out and you just feel like you're burning the candle at both ends, and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I can't handle this, but I can't leave because of the security of the job, and I can't, therefore I won't make any change. Because you feel like you don't have time because you work 80 hours a week. But what if you started to do something that, brought you joy, and it took you an extra 3 hours a week? But you feel that you're taking away those 3 hours from your family. But those 3 hours, are you actually sacrificing time from your family, or are you actually giving more to them? Because if you put 3 hours in a week, let's just say for 6 months or a year, by the end of the year, maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I can bring my work down to 60 hours, or I can leave my job altogether. Or look, I've created this side thing and it's blooming and growing. So now I get to create more time freedom with my family. So one option is you choose to work 80 hours a week until you're 65 and your kids grow up, and then you retire, and then you learn how to live. And then all of a sudden, your kids are like, you know what? You were never there for me. Our relationship was shit. All you did is scream and yell at me. You never took care of yourself. And you feel disconnected from them. And you live with regret. On the other side, maybe you spend a little less time with them temporarily, but while you're doing that, you're learning how to create deeper connections with them, so that when you are with them, it's quality over quantity. You're all there. And 6 months down the road, a year down the road, heck, I don't know, 3 years down the road, you get to leave your job. You've created more space. There's no anger, there's no resentment. Your children say to you, Mom, you were one of the most inspiring people I have ever met in my entire life, and I'm so grateful that you showed up for us, that you busted your booty, and you created something. You put in the work, and you created something to help our futures be easier. What you don't work on, you pass down to your children. So I ask you again, are you truly sacrificing something when you are working towards building a life you love? I've never resonated with the term sacrifice. Maybe I don't have as much quote-unquote time for my friends, but the truth is I can create time for these people. But my true friends don't need me every day, because I've never been that type of person. My true friends, I can pick up the phone and call them once every 6 months or once a month or do whatever, and they will pick up right where we left off. What do you think you're sacrificing? What do you think you're sacrificing? And are you truly sacrificing it, or are you just not making it a priority while you're on your way to building a life you love? I would love to continue this conversation. So head on over to Instagram, send me a message or an audio, whatever you want to do, at Mom is in Control. I would love your perspective on today's topic of if you are truly sacrificing. Do you believe you're truly sacrificing when you're building a life you love? On another note, I have decided, if you heard my podcast yesterday, my husband and I are doing a joint workshop together. So this is an actual hands-on learning workshop. It is $97. That is the early bird price. It is on March 21st. It's a Thursday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And so it's an hour and a half, and we're going to be talking about the process that we've used to create a life that we love. For more information on that, go to my website at heatherchauvin.com and look under the events, under Work With Me. I get so many questions from you guys saying, how do I get my husband on board with personal development? And it takes uncomfortable conversations, it takes strategy, it takes action. So during this workshop, we are going to ask those uncomfortable questions. And all you have to do is pay for one ticket. and invite your partner with you. If you do not have a partner, you can take this by yourself. This is all about helping you create the bigger vision for what you want and desire in your life. So again, head on over to the website at heatherchauvin.com, and you can find that information under the Work With Me page. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got this.